Hey, welcome back to Two Ski Geeks. It's your boy Will Call. I'm so happy to be back with you. This is the first Monday after the premiere, a few days of Black Panther, Wakanda Forever. We took the family, we all went together on Thursday evening. We had a blast. Wonderful movie, a wonderful flick. My only advice to you when you're going, make sure that you go to the bathroom, and that your pee is all out because, in fact, it's a long movie and you will regret missing some pieces and parts if you have to pee. So get it all out and then get yourself ready to sit in for what is a wonderful movie, a wonderful flick. One of my friends from Louisiana, Mr. Porter, he was blown away. He sent me a text after he and his family went to see it on Saturday morning. He was just blown away by the graphics and the emotional roller coaster, and uh, it's a great bit of storytelling with great characters. There's a twist on Namor, as you guys have probably heard by now. There's a twist on the character Namor. It's not truly authentic to the comic book origin of Namor, but it's still very good and it still works. And I think you'll enjoy the twist. And so Ryan Coogler and the rest of the team, you guys did a fantastic job, and I'm very proud of the work you guys did. So I'm wearing a T-shirt with my man Grogu on it, and that's like how I'll open the show because I just want to start out with Grogu and showing you Grogu's first appearance, and then after that we'll get into Shuri, the Black Panther. But first of all, I want to show you going down to my display camera and going to check out the first appearance of Grogu. The first appearance of Grogu appears in this book right here. As soon as the focus comes in, Star Wars Tales number 13. This is a variant cover with Mace Windu. There's another cover of this same book, but I took this variant painted cover with Mace Windu on the cover, and this is the first appearance of Grogu in canon in Dark Horse Comics, Star Wars Tales number 13. So just want to give you guys a heads up so that way when you start looking for books related to Grogu, it is such a popular character on The Mandalorian, and now that added to Star Wars lore Grogu is, that you may want to procure this book for your collection and see where the value of it goes. I didn't pay much for this book. You can still get on while the getting's good so far. I think I paid $30 for this book, I think, and it's in pristine condition. There are no spine ticks or anything of the sort. It's in near mint condition, and I'm pretty proud of this addition to the collection. All right, so I'm gonna completely change franchises and go over to now, as I said, Shuri the Black Panther. And we've been talking about Shuri for a while. But I'm going to go back and enter it. So this is the first appearance again of Shuri as the Black Panther. This was Black Panther Volume 2, written by Reggie Hudlin. This is the regular cover with Shuri on it. Love this cover. I think that is J. Scott Alexander doing the cover for it. And then you've got the variant cover for this book with Black Panther number 1, volume 2. So the volume 1, I think it's volume 2, or volume 3. I may want to check that, but it's either volume 2 or volume 3. Both volumes were written by Reggie Hudlin. And so so either way, this is Shuri as the Black Panther when T'Challa is out of the loop for a little while and she takes over the reins. And so I have another copy, and this is just me just showing that I got more than one. All righty, so then we've got, moving over, we're going to take other variants of Shuri since she's the star of Wakanda Forever. She is the Black Panther. This is another cover of Shuri, and as you can tell with Shuri, because you have the birds, it's one of her, I guess, totems. It's one of her totems of which is a depiction of Shuri in her spirit with with the birds. I want to find the Shuri cover #1 with done by Scotty Young. I'll try to put it. I'll put it in the edits of this flick of this show, of the Scotty Young cover that I'm going to try to procure of Shuri #1 with the birds on it. But this is a Black Panther book #1. This is one that was done by Ta-Nehisi Coates, and so that would probably put it at Black Panther volume 4 or 5, #1. And I can't remember the name of the artist on this one, but anyway, okay, that's Shuri on that one, and then going to Shuri #1 on her own cover, her own title. As you see, this is a 1 for 25 variant by Jamal Campbell, and he smashes this one. There are several variants on this book. This is one of my favorites on this #1 cover of Shuri. This 1 for 25. All righty, then we've got a Shuri. This is number 8, and I love this painted cover here as well. It's just a beautiful cover with the panther ears behind it, and if you're checking out just the subtle hints of her being the Black Panther on this cover, just gorgeously done. And I'm going to pass on and move forward into another Shuri cover. This is, I believe, from the latest volume of Black Panther, done by John Ridley, written by John Ridley. And this is a David Nakayama cover. And I sent off for these, and these are signed copies, because I have more than one, by David Nakayama. I bought these, I believe, from Unknown Comics. You can go to unknowncomics.com. You still might be able to find a few of these. They will not be as cheap as they were, but I think I saw them on sale this past week for maybe $30, I believe, each. I think I paid $30 for the pair, but they've gone up a little bit. All righty, here's another cover of Black Panther #1 with Shuri in the background. I love this cover here as well. You guys will truly enjoy her role as the Black Panther. She does an outstanding job in that role. So what we didn't see, which is somewhat disappointing. Oh no, before I go forward with that, but what we did see Black Panther, but not T'Challa, was this fight right here. Sadly, this cover is not of Shuri and Namor, but it's T'Challa versus Namor. But what we did see was the Black Panther versus Namor in Wakanda Forever. So this book in New Avengers #7, New Avengers #7 by Jonathan Hickman. This was one of the many fights that we've seen between Black Panther and Namor. And there also in the Shuri books I showed you earlier, the Black Panther volume 2 or 3, you also find the fight between Shuri and Namor as well. Now, what we didn't see, disappointingly, in that movie, even though I do understand somewhat why we didn't see it, was the fight between, or the appearance of, Dr. Doom. But I love this cover, this bulletproof variant of Black Panther #1 between T'Challa and Dr. Doom. And you've heard me say in many other videos that this is not the first square off. The first square off between Dr. Doom and Black Panther was in, I think, Astonishing Tales like #6, the Kazar books. So I think it's Astonishing Tales #6 or Tales to Astonish, one of the two, because Marvel had the ways of making that title seem very similar. So it's either Astonishing Tales #6 or Tales to Astonish #6, one of the two, and you'll find that book. And I've displayed it on the show. In fact, it's one of the graded books, and you'll see it on one of the CBCS gradings that I received. Okay, so another star of the movie was Ms. Riri Williams. And so this is a second print, but this is the first appearance of Riri. And much like in the Black Panther movie, she starts off with her own army, not her own armor. And so this second print, what distinguishes the second print is this facial feature of this little face shot of her. On the first print there, this does not exist. And I also have a first print, but I wanted to get you guys to see that this second print is actually the first cover facial appearance of Riri Williams, who again is in Wakanda Forever with her armor. And so what happens with Riri and when she appears, this is one of the I can't think of how they with the shifty cover, the word escapes me for now, and I'll put it in the credits as I go through this. But anyway, this is one of the books where Riri begins to take over the place of Tony Stark when Tony Stark disappears from the Marvel universe, and Riri begins to fill in his spot. So that's one variant cover, and this is the same one. As you can see, from the title, Search for Tony Stark, because Tony has disappeared. And so this is one of the ones, and you'll see, as you can see from the headshot, you have Riri and Tony Stark's army, but this is Riri here on this search for Tony Stark that shows up as Riri has Tony Stark's armor. And to make this very quick, I'll just go through that whole series of Search for Tony Stark, number 594. And you also have with Doom with the Iron Man armor as well. So I think that was, what was that name of the title? When Doom became Iron Man. I can't think of it right now, and I'll put that in the whatchamacallit as well. But this is when Doom became Iron Man as well. Then we've got number 595 with Riri on the cover with her armor as well as Doom. All righty. 596. And this is just gorgeous artwork. Mike Deodato, I believe, was on the cover, was a cover artist on that one, but he's not on the interiors. And then we've got this one here, 597. All righty. And they're still looking for Stark with Riri still as a star of Iron Man, or being the Iron Man. And again, you've got the Doom as Iron Man. In this case, you have the two face plates. And this is issue number 598. And then you got 599 for, again, the Search for Tony Stark. And then finally, they bring it back totally with 600 right here with Invincible Iron Man, and Stark comes back in this one. And so that's the run. And I believe this came out in about 2017-ish, 17 or 18, with this run here with Riri as Iron Man the first time. Then we've got, then she goes to her own series. And this is the hip hop cover of Invincible Iron Man #1. Riri has her own series as the Invincible Iron Man. We've got a few copies of this book. And then after that, she gets a name change and goes from Iron Man to her own Ironheart. So this is Riri as Ironheart, and this to be distinguished from Iron Man because Tony Stark has come back and has assumed the mantle of Iron Man in Marvel Comics, not necessarily the Marvel comic. I'm sorry, not necessarily the Marvel movie or MCU. And this is a variant cover by another variant by Jamal Campbell of Riri as Ironheart. And so that is a little quick sum of characters that were in Wakanda Forever, some of the main stars who helped win the fight. I'm going to change paces on you and go to books that were new this week, just two that I want to highlight. And that is, in this case, Fantastic Four. There's a restart on Fantastic Four, and I'm not sure what volume is it. Hell, it could be number 7 or 8 by now. Of volumes of Fantastic Four, but this is the latest installment of the Fantastic Four and one of the covers. There are at least 3 or 4 other covers of this book but I chose three. This is the only one I'm going to show for you today, but I have two others in the box over there that just didn't feel like taking them out. This is an Alex Ross cover. There are several Alex Ross covers on the Fantastic Four, and I like this one out of all of them. I think this one is my fave. And then the other book that came out this week that I want to highlight on, just for gorgeous covers, is this Superman, Son of Kal-El, number 17. Just amazing artwork here on that one. And I just wanted to display that because it just looks that doggone good. So anyway, mail call books that came in, and I'm only going to show one. All right, this is a New York Comic-Con variant of, I believe, a Miles Morales book. And let me just take it out. This is my second copy by Ivan Tao. And this is, yes, Miles Morales, number 39. And this is the New York City Comic-Con exclusive of this book. Love the colors on this one. The other one, the regular cover, has a black background, but this one, the New York City Comic-Con, has the red background. And just very, very cool cover on this one. Like I said, this is my second copy of that one. And then this video is almost over. And so I'm just going to show you two more ideas, I guess, concepts for the show. And then we will be finished. So what we've got is going back to the Black Adam movie that came out a few weeks ago. This book right here from the New 52. This is Black Adam with Isis on the cover. This is, as you can see, issue number 12 of 52. This probably came out in 2006 or so. 2006, or I know it wasn't 7. So between 2005 and 2006. And they did a book per week of DC books to kind of like retell the DC universe. And that is when when they finished this is when they went into DC 52. The whole thing when Scott Snyder took up doing the Batman books, and Grant Morrison did Superman or Action Comics and a bunch of other different things. Swamp Thing was redone, and it was just a whole new, it was called New 52. Anyway, second copy of number 12. And then from the scene within Black Adam where Rock is on the throne, that's the concept art of it from this book here, number 45, where he's on the throne in Kandar. And much like in the movie, he sits on the throne, but he ends up destroying it because he's just not trying to be a monarch or a king. He's going to be a protector of Kandar, not a ruler of it, at least not in the DCEU that we've seen. And so, last concept I'll be showing you guys today is my Funko Pop that came in of Dr. Voodoo. Love this one here. So cool. And thanks and shouts out to brother Ron, again, the video guy who's helped us out of so many videos. Thank you, Ron, for sharing this exclusive with me and sending me the link so I could order this from Funko Pop. And so what makes Dr. Voodoo important? I'll just show some books. So this is when Brother Voodoo becomes Dr. Voodoo. And this was done by Rick Remender. And so this is one cover of it, of Dr. Voodoo number 1. And this is a variant of it, number 1. Got a couple of them, got a few of them, as a matter of fact. Got 3 of them. I'm keeping up with that. 3 of them. Then we've got number 2 of this whole Dr. Voodoo run by Rick Remender. And we've got number, I believe, 3. Love that cover. We got another one here, 4. All right. 5 with Voodoo and Dr. Doom on the cover. I got to get another one of those. I love that cover. And then finally, I believe this book here, I'm sorry when I said the other book was the Dr. Voodoo when he first became, but I believe this one here, at least this is the origin of Jericho Drum, another telling of Jericho Drum or Brother Voodoo or Dr. Voodoo. So Jericho Drum or Dr. or Brother Voodoo originally was in Tales to Astonish number 169, I believe. I think it's Tales to Astonish number 169, and I'll put that cover on the I'll put that cover in the edits for you while I'm talking this through so you can see what I'm talking about. But this is a fantastic read. This whole read, and this is not by Rick Remender. This is a separate story, but this is an origin story, and the others are by Rick Remender. Going back to those at the top, with Rick Remender being the artist on those. And so I just want to share with you some of the stuff, some of the origins and characters, and I'm looking forward to see if in Black Panther and also in the canon where maybe Dr. Voodoo and Black Panther can be linked or will be linked together. I try to do some research in Google to see where they could be or are linked. They have worked together, but not necessarily, there's no cover that I know of regarding it. And I'm hoping to see further work in the future between Dr. Voodoo and T'Challa or Shuri or any other person from the Wakanda universe. So I appreciate you guys being with us today. I'm going to bring my face back up and tell you thank you so much for your time and your patience with me. And hope you enjoyed this show. I always enjoy doing this for you. It is a blessing to have you with me and I with you in your eyes. Please like and subscribe to our show if you like our content. Hope you do. And have a great week. And stay 2 Ski Geeked Up. And 2 Ski Geeks are out. I'll at you later. Peace.